Hello and welcome to Crossing the Line, a podcast about pushing the boundaries about daily opinions and seeing how far people can take a joke. I am Dee.
And I'm Z. And today we have two guests with us today. We have K
Hi.
and M as our
Ew.
as our guests. So I cut the line there. And today's story is embarrassing work stories. Now I know we ended the last podcast with what is your own personal embarrassing work story? Not what you've heard, not what you've seen, but what is your own embarrassing work story? And of course, since today D is in charge of this episode, you're going to start off with yours and then we'll continue from there. And as soon as you're done with yours, you're going to pick someone and they'll go off with their story and then they get to pick another person. A little round robin action. So, all right, take it away,
yeah.
D.
Man, that's a lot of pressure starting off first here. All I gotta say is which one? How much time do we have for me to go down the list of the most embarrassing stories?
I think we got like 9-10 hours
at
in
work?
this.
Oh yeah, for sure. So mine, K and Z know this story. I told it to them a couple days ago. I had to bring it up. We all went for breakfast and decided, we were just talking about some crazy things that happened to us in the workplace. And I remember it was a couple years ago. And there's, when you work in a factory setting with other things going on, you have so many objects. And I'm a very clumsy person if you have ever met me or seen me try to work in a place. I remember there's this one area I was working at and it was like you were like bobbing and weaving in between things. And I finally looked at one of our leads and was like, I can't do this. I'm like, I'm running into everything. I'm like, I need room. And then she's like, even with the room, you still would run into things. I'm like, that's a fair point. And so there were these objects set up, prepped up, ready to go. I'm trying to do a different task. And of course, I knew they were there. And I had been avoiding them the whole night, going around them, doing my best, trying not to run into them. And of course, I don't know, I must have been trying to do things, totally forgot they were there. And here's one of my other coworkers at the computer, just typing away. So I turn, start walking, I biff it. And when I mean biff it, I biffed it on these objects on the floor. And I darn near face planted. And she, at the computer, she just looked at me like, oh my God, are you okay? Did you die? I was like, no, I'm good. It kind of hurt a little bit, I'll admit it. But I finally, once I kind of got up, calmed myself down after, taking a tumble on the floor. I looked at her and I'm like, I was so worried about the thing I was holding on to that of course I didn't shield my body. I definitely would full on face plan that. Instead of protecting my face, protecting my arms, body, moving stuff out of the way. Oh no, I grabbed that thing, try to make sure that was not broken or damaged. And my coworker just looked at me. She's like, "You've worked here too long." She's like, "I would have chucked that thing and I would have saved myself." And I'm like, "I know." And that's definitely for sure one of our sayings there is save yourself before you save anything else. And yeah, it was definitely a very embarrassing story just because I would have been fine if I was by myself. There's definitely embarrassing stories that I have that no one was around, no one saw it. I was like, okay, my dignity's not hurt that much, but that one definitely, that was a hard pill to swallow there. And so now, after kind of explaining mine, I know she's not going to like me for this, but I definitely want her to tell her side of this story just before Z puts his input in this, because we all know he will. We all know he can't shut up, so he's definitely going to have to say something.
It's fine.
And oh yeah, whatever. So I'm going to ask Kay if she can explain a little bit about this story, and this story is kind of called Crabs.
Yes. Well, unfortunately, I work in the same area as Z, and I'm trying to
Unfortunate, my
put a.
ass.
It is unfortunately.
It's
I'm trying.
unfortunate whoever works with you.
It's true.
I like working with.
Yeah.
Couldn't even finish it.
Continue.
Go for it, Kay.
I'm a little short, and so I'm trying to place this taller than me box on a skid, and I may have done like little extra steps or like tap dancing, and I look over, and all I see is Z laughing.
That's
Can we
not true.
can we for everybody out there? What is your height right now? Like what if you were to measure yourself, how high
5'1" on a good day.
on a good day? And let me tell you, one of these boxes is, what would you say, Z? At least 5 feet, if not more. And you are what, putting another one on top of that?
Yep.
Sounds about right.
All I remember that day is, of course, if you listen into this podcast before, there's definitely a story / nickname about me out there. And Z can't let anyone live anything down.
Hell
So of
no.
course he has to come up with a nickname and story about it. So all I remember is I'm working in this different area, doing stuff. First thing I see, I don't know if it was K came running down first, or if it was Z. They were both. One of them was dying laughing, and the other one's, I think probably K was more upset about it. Like, don't you dare! And here's Z being like, you have to ask her about these crabs. He's like, I swear she looked like a crab trying to put this box on the skid. Like she just like walked back and forth, and he did the whole like crab dance, and I'm dying laughing at this point. And what by now that's definitely taken off, kind of like that tippy toe story, that the crabs. I don't know, okay, if you want to explain kind of some instances you've had with it.
The manager in his office on his wheeling chair just wheeled by me and said, "How are your pet crabs?"
That's not what I was told.
Because
I
that
think he did
wasn't
it.
the instance.
Okay, no, continue
No,
then. I
but
want to hear the good one. Keep going.
I don't even remember the good one, but I know that the other person in uh, Dee's area asked me about my crabs as well.
All I know is, I don't know if that was the same night. That would have been great if that was the same night that
think
both
it
of them
was.
asked you. I think it was too, because I think I might have told the person in my area about it, because she was asking me, because she was like, what the heck is Q talking about? And I was like, let me tell you. And so basically how this started off is Z had to tell everybody, which is like one or two people, because who are we kidding? He doesn't have that many friends. And so he told Q, or he told our manager, hey, like, go up to Kay and just ask her about her pet crabs. And our manager, that is definitely not how he worded it anyway. Because then all I remember is him walking in, and I'm like working, doing something else, and he's like, so, okay, how are your crabs? And when I say I spun. And I just looked at him, and then I immediately died laughing, because I knew that is definitely probably not how he meant to word it. And all I know is Kay was so pissed. And I just started dying laughing, because I don't know if our manager knows what that is, but my mind just definitely went a totally opposite direction with that.
Pervert.
Oh, don't get me wrong. You went the same direction as everybody else.
It was just so great. Because all I hear is like, how are your crabs? And then later on that evening, I hear as I'm walking by, also I see Kay walk by, and I hear is, you motherfucker. Just like clear as day, as subtle as day. And I'm like, I didn't even do anything.
Oh, you know what you did.
I kind of want to get Z's side on this.
And
It also went to automation too.
Did?
Remember
Oh
last
yeah,
night?
it did.
Oh, that's right. It gets everywhere.
I think it was crabs that threw that at me.
That's right.
I'm telling you, when
Oh.
Z sets out and just starts off with a nickname, it goes everywhere. And you will not hear the end of it, let me tell you.
The best part, I tell maybe one or two people, and the whole area knows, and then multiple shifts start to find out. What happened on the other day? Oh, someone on first shift that D doesn't even know at all looks at me and goes, "So who do I do tippy toes to?" And I'm like, "Oh, she's right over there." She turns around and he does it, and she looks at me and goes, "You son of a bitch!" And I'm like, "I didn't even tell him." Anyways, continue, Kay. We're sorry to cut you off. Continue about your whole crab story.
No, you can take over now.
Oh, I'm next.
Yeah.
Damn it. Well, from my point of view, then, real quick with Kay, I see her holding this box and she's trying to put it up. And I'm sorry, but from my view, all I see is her stepping left to right with fast, not like a waddle. I mean, we're talking like, we're seeing her feet tipping toeing, tap dancing left and right continuously back and forth. And it looks like our hands are in front of her. They look like they're pincers on a crab. So I start losing my shit. And then all of a sudden she looks over and goes, "Fuck off," or something like that. You yelled at me or something. And I start laughing even harder. Then she got the box up there and I'm like, "You're a tap dancing." Then eventually I'm like, "Not look like the crab walk." And that's when, yep, I do remember telling the manager. Maybe I did tell the manager. I don't remember now. But I told the manager, I said, "Go ask Kay about her pet." Keyword is pet crabs. And instead I get told as he walks up there and goes, "So how are your crabs?" All right, but if I am next, let me readjust to my chair. If I am next, I do have an embarrassing story. I got to think of which one I really want to talk about because I have
Yeah.
I have a good handful of them.
Out of your millions.
Oh yeah. Which one do I want to start with? I'll have to go at a place that I used to formerly work at. So there was a place that I formerly worked at, and this place isn't really that safe. Keyword there. So in this former establishment of employment, I used to not be the safest person by walking on skids, and walking on, say, if there was stuff stacked on skids, whether it's like cardboard or not poly, what is it called? Plastic sheets or, what else is there called? Plywood, stuff like that. Well, I needed to get towards something that was on the tippy top of a skid, and I wasn't forklift certified, forklift trained, had anything like that at the time. So I decided to climb on up. Well, I get to the tippy top, and I'm like, "Hey, this is the item that I just so happen to need." Well, apparently I take that one little misstep, and I go, "Yeah," straight down the hole between about 3-4 skids. I'm stuck at the bottom of these skids going, "Oh shit, how am I going to get out of here?" If one of my bosses walk by and they see me, I'm fucked. Cause it wasn't like where you could slide through sideways. Even if you were made out of paper, that would have been a good luck and chance in hell for that. No, I managed to go all the way down, and there are about 2 stacks high of these things. There was plywood and plastic and all this other crap. And so I had to climb out, get the item I needed off the top of the box. Luckily, no one really saw me do that, and I got away. And I'll tell you, it hurt. It really fucking hurt. But yeah, it was a good one. Anyways, to get the story off of me now, I want M. I need one of your most personal work embarrassing stories. This English dictionary shit is hard to read from, I'm telling you.
What?
So you can't even read.
Man,
Get fucked.
I got a few. I mean, should I start with one and then lead into another, or
Pick one, and then once you're
It's
done
up
with
to
one,
you.
let's say once you're done with one, you go to someone else, and then eventually we'll come back to you.
All right, I'll start it off with a lighter one then. So I got scheduled to do work in the northern area of the state, and it's about a 6-hour drive. And I got paired up to do it with a few coworkers. And we all thought it would be a great idea to do a little road trip with each other in the same rental.
Mhm.
And I'm actually glad now that we didn't get the rental that we were supposed to get because it was a lot smaller. We were taking a drive, and let's just say there's a cow farm on the way there. And I'm sure anybody that knows cows do not smell great.
They smell delicious.
Oh, wonderful. So, as we're passing or getting close to this cow farm, I was getting a little gassy. And I asked them if there was a stop nearby, and they're like, no, there's nothing for the next hour at least. And I'm like, oh. So I'm sitting there trying to hold it in, and I got fucking stomach pains. It got to the point where those stomach pains could not hold any longer. and well, we were passing the cow farm at that point. I'm like, so there's one way for us all to get a little closer here, and I let one rip.
And after that, you held hands and sang Kumbaya.
Well, I wish. Oh, it took a few seconds for it to kick in. I'm surprised none of them threw up.
Oh God. Oh God.
So it got pretty bad in the car. So one of them thought it would be a great idea to roll down the window. Nope. A fresh cow came swarming through. Oh,
it's hilarious.
it was not a combo you wanted to see. I was not let down for that the rest of the trip. Worst part was on the way back, I had the same issue. And I told him, listen, guys, you gotta stop at a fucking gas station or something because this is gonna get bad. Oh, I almost shit myself on the way back.
And that's starting off light.
Listen,
That's what I was gonna say.
there's no mud that hit the underwear. So,
Oh God.
so that's starting off light.
God, that's light.
Man, how do you follow that one up?
I'll send it back to somebody real quick here, please.
You get to pick.
Yep, who do you want?
We'll circle back. D.
These
Oh
nuts.
boy. Okay, so it's not funny anymore, Z.
We're laughing.
Get with the times.
Squeaking.
Get with the times, man. So, I don't think anybody knows this story. I don't think any of my roommates in college know. But I used to work in like the food industry, serving. And one of these days, I don't know, I had a huge table that I was serving. And all I remember is I had a tray of like waters and like other drinks. And I'm carrying it. And I'm actually impressed. I was, I got a great hold on those, what do they even call, serving platters?
Yeah.
I was actually a pretty pro at that. And so I was bringing him over and I was almost to the table and all of a sudden it just all spills. And it's not even that I tripped on anything. I blacked out for a hot sec on that one. I don't remember how. I don't remember when. I didn't even faint. All I just remember is everything went black, and the next thing I know, all the water and drinks on that platter had spilled. And of course, it wasn't on the floor. Some of it had gotten on to some of the people sitting at the table. And I remember it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. And I had to go refill everything back up, and oh my gosh, that I felt so bad. And that's one of the worst feelings I think you can feel in like the service industry, is like spilling on your customer. Because that is probably like rule number one. Do not do that. And of course, here I am. I don't even, man, I should have went to the doctor or something. I don't even remember that. All I saw was black, and next thing I know, yeah, the drinks were spilled.
I
It
like.
was,
I gotta interrupt real quick. I like how you said you emphasized, or at least how I took it as, you made it seem like it was an issue that you had to go refill the drinks. Like I had to go, after I dumped them on them, I had to go and refill them. Do you guys believe that?
let me tell
I
you,
would have walked back up and said round 2.
I should have. But you know how many drinks they ordered? It wasn't just like one thing. It was like one person had ordered a water and a beer, and then another person ordered another water and like a soda. So I had a good like 20 some drinks or more on that platter
Jesus
that I
Christ.
had to go remake and refill.
You poor thing. How do you remake water?
With some H2 and O.
Well, H2NO is actually a very bad combination. It's H2O.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so who else here has any stories?
Oh, I have none.
ZM.
I have none. Oh,
Okay.
nope, none at all.
Z has
Bullshit.
plenty.
Well, nope, none. I'm
Maybe
out.
we'll do Z. Maybe we'll do Z again.
Doesn't,
I know there's
doesn't
a
K
few.
have another one? K, you just gotta have another one.
No.
That's a lie.
Z has one.
That's a
almost
big
every-
lie.
So who are you picking there, D?
I'll pick Z.
Damn it.
You knew it was coming. You had to know.
So I'm going to kind of follow a little bit with that service industry. I was not a waiter or waitress, which, by the way, I do respect what they do. Oh, excuse me. I can.
Is that a compliment?
Yes, that is a compliment, because I'll put it this way. After
Me?
working.
Thanks.
Well, not you. I mean, you made it seem like an
Oh.
issue to have to remake water. So, the water with the ice, like, oh my God, it took forever. But anyways, the biggest thing I can think of, like I said, I can go back to like the retail and like the service. I worked in fast food restaurants when I was younger. I worked in retail when I was younger. And I will definitely say, I think everyone should go through those, because that just changed how everyone would be. We'd have less Karens in the world, if you know what I mean. The ones that go, I am the customer. And it's like, yeah, get fucked. But anyways, it was back when I worked at this retail store. And it was more of a, how can I explain it? It was more of one of those that I got lucky, but it was one of those bad place at the bad time type of deal, or wrong place, right time. So it just got done raining out and everything was perfectly fine, on the inside, blah, blah, blah. I did the check around the building, and I get into the building, and I'm like, all right, I'm the only one in there. I'm going to be the only one in there for 15, 20 plus minutes. I'm doing the truck schedule and blah, 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 blah. Well, I walked back to the door to let some of the cleaning crew in, and then I went to go back. But this is the cleaning crew left, and I was rearming the door with the alarms. Apparently, there was a puddle that I did not see for the last 20, 30 minutes. So as I do a 180, all you hear is me yell, "Yeet!" And I went right on my ass and right onto my back. Well, as I land on my ass and my back and there's no one around, it sounded like a cannon, because all of a sudden you hear is just a loud, rip-roaring, ear-deafening fart come out of me that got pushed out of me. And I'm sitting there praying to God that there's no one near me. And I will say, no one that came in about like maybe 5-10 minutes after that, no one said anything, but the faces that people were making when they started walking through that door to clock in, because that smelled lingered. It didn't go away. It fucking lingered. And when all of a sudden, I still remember there was one of these gentlemen that worked with me. He was on my team. He walks in and his nose scrunched up and he goes, "What the fuck is that?" I'm like, I don't know. He's like, "Oh, it must be the cleaning crew." And people were giving me the side, I think. I'm like, "You done, gone, shit your pants." And I'm thinking, I'm like, but no one's saying anything to me. But I'm just going to play it dumb, act like I didn't do shit. We're fine. And yeah, that's one of mine to kind of go off of the retail / M and D over here. So That's my story. Kay, we know you have another one, don't ya? You got to share another one with us, Kay. Your turn.
It involves you again.
Oh.
It always involves the.
Wow.
All I was doing was walking.
I know where this is going.
Only. That's a big only
Walking to
there.
my locker. Z's like, I don't know, five steps behind me, and I trip over nothing. And I look behind me and I'm like, you didn't see that.
My response is, yeah, I did.
You even looked all over the floor like, what'd she trip on? Nothing.
I'm like, what the fuck was I mean? Because it was a big stumble. It was a big trip from my view. All I saw was like your right leg went up, and I'm thinking like, sure, you're gonna fall on your face. And I'm looking, I'm like, what the fuck did you trip on? I'm looking, there's nothing there.
Just concrete.
Just air. More like it.
M's dying over here.
Shut up.
I'm very clumsy. What can I say?
Oh, I can't breathe from this.
All right. Do you have any more to add to your story? Do you get to pick the next victim? I mean, participant, not victim. No, none at all.
I don't think there's much else to add except for the fact that I apparently can't walk without tripping.
I definitely understand that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go to M.
Oh, do we have to?
Yes.
Oh man. Well, speaking of things that smell like shit.
Did you just now?
Oh, you know that'd probably be a good thing.
I think we're all waiting for what the heavy stuff is. If you start off with the light stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess I'll drop it. All right, so I guess you could say it was my first real job. First weekend training. I'm with my trainer, and things are going great. Things are smooth, having a good time, and then last night's dinner kicks in. I start getting tummy rumbles. And I told him, I'll be back. I gotta use the bathroom. So I gotta use the bathroom. And, I feel like things go smooth, besides the part that I'm rushing to the bathroom. Go to bust the door down, close the stall, fucking drop my pants, sit on the seat, and just let loose. Felt great. Till the part that I realized it was just my pants that went down. So I was just sitting there in total fucking disbelief that I basically just shit my pants. I was like, fuck, the first week.
Expect that.
That is the worst first week.
I was like, fuck, I barely got to know the people here, and they're gonna fucking. Oh. So okay, I gotta fix this. So, I do what I can. I do what I can do. Is salvage, fucking take off the underwear that just got fucking mud water on them. Throw them in the deepest part of the trash can. Because I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here at the fucking sink trying to wash mud out of underwear. That's gonna be worse. I'll go commando for the day. Fuck that. Clean everything up, wipe everything down, make sure there's no dirty waterfalls going down the leg or anything.
No evidence.
No evidence.
No witnesses.
Deepest pit of the fucking trash can. Make sure nobody's in the fucking bathroom when I leave or near it. Fucking, I'm sitting there peeking my head out like, okay, the coast is clear. Go back to my trainer, He's like, man, you were in there for a long time. I'm like, yeah, I had bad dinner. Goes on maybe an hour later. I keep looking over at the bathroom. I'm like, fuck. Like, people are going in there. Man, why does the bathroom smell like shit? Is the fucking toilet backed up? I'm like, oh, fuck. And the whole fucking day, just everybody's talking about how the bathroom smells like shit. And, like, they need to get a plumber in there because apparently the plumbing's gonna probably fucked up. Oh. You want to take your trash out. So yeah, first weekend. Great. I will be proud to say no incidents since.
Liar.
I had a few close calls, but first and only time the Brown has made a crash landing in my own territory.
Oh, that's a great one.
Anybody wanna?
You get
I
to
was
pick the next
like,
one.
anyone want to take over from
Anybody
here?
wanna move on from this?
Move on from
Pick
this.
the next victim. Again,
worst first week
participant.
experience ever.
Participant.
Oh, there's another one.
God.
Anybody?
Do they just get progressively worse?
Oh, I hope not.
All right, pick your next
No,
victim.
I think that was the worst one. All right. Okay, you got any?
I don't.
Oh, yes, she does.
Everybody's got some.
But
I have one right now that I'm thinking of.
what the hammer to the stomach today?
That was to the face.
Oh yes.
So there were 2 incidents with a hammer.
Oh yes.
I don't know. My jaw hurts. Oh,
Ooh, my mind took a
my
wrong
stomach.
twist on that one, let me tell you.
I might have
Wow,
a second
you-
incident coming in.
you pervert. Hammer to the face, the gut, huh? That's what they're calling it now. Oh, God.
All I gotta say is the one part of the hammer is called the head, and that's all I got in my head right now. How
You
many jokes I can
fucking
make with that?
perv. Damn.
You know, you would have went the exact same
No,
way.
mine
you
was,
know it.
is Kay okay? I hope she's all right. No, we see D over here going, and they're going, she got the head.
That's exactly where my mind went.
She got it rough.
Hammer time.
Oh, that is great.
So, Kay, would you like to elaborate, or would you you think that's pretty much it on that one?
I think I'm done being roasted.
Then you shall pick the next victim.
I'm gonna pick D.
Ooh, wrong choice. Prepare to be roasted even more.
Oh no.
Shit.
So, Kay is a part of the story because she ended up having something happen before I ended up having something happen. Before M saw the whole thing at work. And now she's going to know exactly what I'm talking about. So, you know, I don't think Z was there that night. And we're casually working. And of course, we'll throw our boxes in the back. And when we get a break, we'll like break them down. Just trying to be as efficient as we can. And I don't know where I was. I must have went to go fill my water bottle, go to the bathroom or something. And all of a sudden I come back and here comes Kay. I don't know if she was laughing. I don't know if she was just more mad at the fact she did it. But all of a sudden here she comes up to me and she's like, I just did the splits and I'm not flexible at all. And of course me, I'm like, what did I miss? And of course M saw this whole thing happen. So apparently she was backing up into these boxes and didn't realize they were there. Must have, I don't know how she felt, I don't know how she did it, and completely did the splits right there at work. And the greatest thing is she's like, it hurts so much. She's like, I didn't think I was gonna be able to get back up. And of course, the worst part after that, of course, Em saw this whole thing happen. I kid you not even an hour later, here's me. I accidentally trip over another thing, of course, because, I'm clumsy and can't walk in a straight line, which is also very true. Yeah, it's not the alcohol, Z. So keep on thinking that.
By the way, this is a different M we're talking about, not the M that's in the podcast. This is a totally different M.
Yes, totally different now. And I almost faceplant again into something else. And of course, M saw the whole thing happen. So not only did he get to see one comedic thing in a night, he got to see two for the price of one. And let me tell you, it was a rough night. It was a rough night after that.
Greatest part was he's like, I saw it all happen and I didn't say anything.
As you just see him laughing and trying to hold back.
Biggest smile.
Oh God!
You corrupted him.
And he wasn't there to see anything.
No, but he corrupted him.
I did not.
Z corrupts anybody.
You heard of the Midas touch? Well, I have the Z touch.
Yeah, he corrupted me.
I was an innocent, ongoing Boy Scout that went to church every Saturday, Sunday, and I was all, praise everything was right, everything was good. I never said a foul word, no inappropriate thought crossed my mind. I was the perfect, nice gentleman, and then I met these people here, and, Hail Satan. And yeah.
How many more lies are you going to tell over there, Z?
I don't know. My nose can only grow so much. I'm innocent by default, people, just so everybody's aware.
Yeah, okay. No one believes that at all.
So who's the next victim?
The next victim, that's a great word for that one, especially when we're bearing our heart and soul in these stories.
Oh, fuck.
Especially poor M over there.
He's crying. So you guys can't see this, obviously, but we have our webcams on so we can see everyone's reactions. And it's the best part is M over here is continuously throwing his hands to his face. He's laughing. We have to eventually one day, we'll have to make a video of this. Somehow, some way, we'll have to. We just will have to. But oh my God,
I'm sweating over here. I'm crying. Can't breathe.
The sucky thing is I don't even know if any of us have witnessed anything that's probably funnier than what we've said.
I've witnessed some great ones.
And there's a handful maybe that I could think of, maybe a top 5. So on that note, does anybody else? Do I need to call on someone?
Yeah, we gotta call on someone.
Another victim?
Yeah, pick the next participant.
I'll go with M.
Oh, fuck.
I've been having fun listening to these stories.
Dodging bullets over here.
So this one doesn't involve any stench, shit, or bathroom accidents.
Damn.
Or brown color, hopefully.
Well...
No.
I don't know about brown color, but I mean... So... I do things, obviously.
That was so big.
That's what she said.
Is gone. That's very it's very accurate. So I was working on my workstation and I was cleaning it. Now I get a various amount of tools at my workstation. One of those involves a blowtorch.
I heard blow and my mind went to a whole other word.
Well,
of course it did. And you were just giving me shit not too long ago.
No, not perverted. It was like a blow up animal, like, a balloon.
Whatever.
Pervert.
Listen, never mind. I'll keep this somewhat safe for work. So I was actually cleaning my workstation off, and I'm very happy that it was metal at the time. One way to easily clean my station, and the only thing I really had that was somewhat of a cleaner, was brake cleaner. So I took some brake cleaner to my workstation, sprayed it all down, got all this shit off of it, and then I got my next part that I had to work on. So I'm like, okay. One of the things that involves it is the blowtorch. So I grab the blowtorch, test it real quick. Then I get nice and close to the part, turn on the blowtorch, and the whole workbench went up in flames for like 5 seconds. I'm like, oh fuck. You know, I'm sitting there with, in my mind, I'm like, they trained me for this, but I'm just staring at the fucking fire. I'm like, oh, they trained me for this. What do I do? And the
Such
fire
a
goes out, I'm like,
cinematic picture.
It's like we've always heard
Hate
about
to
this shit.
destroy it.
We've always heard about this shit, but it was never true.
oh, we see the training videos, but they never practice. I'm just staring at it for 5 seconds. I'm like, fuck, and it finally blows out. And everything goes away. I'm like, okay, I got my eyebrows. My next reaction was to look around, and sure as shit, somebody came walking around the corner. Hey, what was that bright light I saw? Nothing. Just had a small spark. Nothing big. I'm like, oh, okay.
Getting away with murder.
Why does it smell burnt? Oh, it must have been from the spark.
Spark was a little big.
Oh, you know,
That's
Just
it
a
roasted a
tad.
few things. I think this part's bad. I did end up melting the part because it did have plastic on it.
This is the best part, is just seeing M's reaction, not M's, D's reaction in the cam. Like I said, we hear face cam each other so we could see each other. And all you see is, I don't know what the hell D's doing right now. Like, she's getting under her desk, it looks like, you know.
I'm trying to plug in my laptop.
Trying
Yeah.
not to look at the cameras right now.
I mean, I can't.
And
My
then,
computer can't die mid podcast. Here,
also
man.
here, just like, so the other day when I was at work, I was about to yell, fat, and he's gone. Well, was that yours? Because if so, I'll take the next bullet here.
I'll pass it off to you, please.
I'll take the
Feel like I'm
next
taking a lot of
bullet here.
bullets.
So this was oh, what the fuck? So again, I'm working at I'm working at like as a fast food joint location. And I never really told any of you this one, or at least not that I can recall, but we were doing a little bit of remodeling, and we worked for a king of sandwiches, if you get my drift, and not the queen of having the shits and ice cream, and not the junior out there or whatever, but we worked for the king of sandwiches, if you get my drift. Well, we had these old tables that they said that not these old tables, like the back. I'm getting ahead of myself. So we had to remove old dining tables from our eating area. And, we're getting them out. The workers are getting them out because, of course, they don't want to pay for construction people or anything like that. So they say that if we break them, we're buying them. Yeah, I'm thinking, oh, well, shit, fuck me. But, all right, well, we'll do this. And there's probably maybe like 10, 15, 20 tables we're getting out of there. And get them outside and, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Well, we get these brand new ones. I mean, they're not wood. They're like this nice, like shimmering, like glass with the logo in the middle, blah, 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 of this king of sandwiches, if you get my drift. And, we're fine, right? Well, the only way to get them in is we had to put them on their side and we had to roll them into the establishment just enough because they were too wide to fit in the door and they were too heavy for people to hold together. Don't start laughing at me now because you're going to make me start laughing and then you're going to get way far ahead of me. Well, anyways, we're rolling these like really big round tabletops. Well, I hear someone say to me, and at the time I didn't hear it because I'm like, what? But I'm going to kind of rewind, or I'm going to give a flash or go, back and forward. Well, they apparently said to me is watch the door frame because there's like, a little bump. They said, be careful. It can break one of the tops. Well, as I get this round table, it's maybe like about 4 feet in diameter, 4 or 5 feet in diameter. I'm rolling it, and I hear the person say something, and I'm like, what was that? And also I hear, and I'm like, I look at the table, and I see the point of impact where I hit the door frame on the ground.
Oh, man.
And now there's multiple layers of glass on this table, or whatever the hell this is. And you see it looks like it's a spider web effect of this glass going through the middle of these tables. And this table, it's just fucking going, and you hear this crackling. And the first thing in my mind is, uh-oh, I'm going to get fired. I'm going to get in so much trouble. So I keep rolling the table in like no one heard me, no one saw anything. As I get the table to the spot and I go to attach the legs attached. We screwed them on, and as I tipped it up and I'm holding it straight up and down like how it's supposed to be, I was here ka-shatter, and I'm sitting there holding this giant plastic ring with about I don't know how many like pounds of broken shattered glass or whatever the hell this shit was on the ground, and I'm just sitting there holding this ring, and you hear from me is just go, oops, and then you hear someone start laughing in the back, and then I hear is, come to my office, we're gonna have a talk. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I did, unfortunately. I had to pay about $150 towards the table, but their insurance covered the rest, but I had to pay $150 towards the fucking table, and it sucked. I know they don't have those tables there anymore, at least the place that I used to work at, and I always wondered why. But it's just a little ka-chink, and I'm like, uh-oh, just roll, okay, we're fine. Tables, okay, maybe they won't notice. All of a sudden, just as I set it up, I'm like, we're good, ka-shatter, and I'm holding this giant plastic ring. It's like, oops. Oh, so do we have any other embarrassing work stories that anyone would love to share tonight?
Or anything anyone has witnessed.
Oh.
Karma.
Are we going to stay with work stories, or are we going to continue off of them?
I mean, hey, I don't know how much more people want to put their heart and soul in this and bare their soul to everybody on this podcast.
I'm going to out someone then real quick. Nope. K's fine on this one. I'm aiming for someone called D.
Nope.
So
Nuts.
Sorry.
These nuts.
Can't do that.
So
I'm in control. So absolutely not.
Oh, come on now.
You were the one who said I could lead this one, so I denied you that privilege.
I deny this accusation.
I don't know the story, but I don't want to hear it.
It was about when we were all outside, the other day. From whenever this episode.
Gosh.
So it's going to get a little gross, and I'm apologizing to you people in advance. And it's cold out where we are, for our location, it's like what? We have like 5 seasons a year. We have spring, then we have like 4 months, or no, I think we have like a month of blistering heat. Then we have maybe like a couple weeks of like the fall time, and then we go into construction season like 9 months out of the year, and then we go into like maybe like 4 or 5 months of like just the fucking coldest winter we can have. And our sports team that's here, it's just traffic. But anyway, so like I said, it's cold where we are. It's getting there. Normally we're used to 90, 80 plus degree weather. We're sitting here at like 40, 50 one morning. We're just doing our normal chit chat banter. And we had a meeting earlier that day about workplace violence. And now before anyone's in there going, oh, he beat someone up. No. Apparently my nose ran a little bit. And when I exhaled, it became very noticeable. I'm sorry, that's gross. I apologize. Well, I see D drop. Keyword drop. Straight to the ground. She's crying. She's laughing. But how she's from my angle looks like she got punched in the stomach, hunched over like that. So that you kind of know what that looks like. Now I see Kay over here. She's smiling and laughing,
Yeah,
and
Z beat me
she's
up.
crying. Shut up. And then we have another worker of ours, S. He's laughing, but he's not crying. I cleaned myself up, but D's still on the ground, just in tears. And she's not laughing too much. It's like, she's red in the face. But then we see two other coworkers from the next shift come walking by. And the first thing that went in my mind is, they probably think I kicked her in the fucking stomach and that she's laying on the ground crying because of it. I'm thinking, way to fucking go. It's one of those moments you had to be there to understand it.
It was just also one of those moments of, I gotta redeem myself a little bit here, is I looked at K, I looked at S, and I noticed Z's like little issue they had going on up there, and I don't think they had at that moment. So I'm trying not to laugh, and I was like, I don't know what to do. Do I say something? Do I wait till someone else notices? I'm like, that's just so awkward to point out. And then finally, once one of the other, when I don't know if K or S said something, and as soon as Z finally realized it, I just died laughing. So much so I was like crying by the end of it.
I'm so sorry.
That was, oh yeah,
It's
definitely
better than
not.
shit in my pants.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, but so does anyone else have any other work stories, or do you think we should wrap this one up and start getting ready for and lead into our next episode?
So, I got one. It wasn't me this time.
All right, okay, you got it. Control, take it.
Wasn't me this time. I work around a lot of electrical, and you'll be happy to know I'm not the only person that fucks up.
Are you sure?
Well, I mean, I'm happy. So we had this new guy I was training, and we had this issue with a machine that I had to fix. And I'm standing there with my boss, another guy from the region, and the trainee is working on something. I told him, okay, just work on this, take care of this, take this apart, just plug this in and flip the switch. You'll be fine. So I go back over with my boss. I'm talking with my boss, talking with the other dude. I'm just sitting there. My boss has his back to the new guy. And I just see from around the corner just sparks go. It stops for a few seconds and I'm like, what the fuck? Are you okay over there, Sparky? A dude comes walking around. I don't know what the fuck happened. Look like he shit himself.
These
Man, that's a great one.
These are definitely the moments where you have to be there to witness it live, of course, to get the full effect. But some of you probably have that are listening now. You probably have experienced something like this, and you're probably thinking about like that idiot.
Idiot.
Fucking
Let's just
idiot.
probably say that now. We've all been there.
I don't know. I don't know. If
Maybe not.
is.
Maybe not torching a table or
I don't know. Dropping your trousers in the bathroom.
doing the splits, but
Or tripping over nothing.
yeah. Hey, the air just didn't like the way Katie was breathing or something.
Or cracking glass tables.
Yeah.
Go to hell. But oh man, I think we gotta call it on this one. We're sitting at 55 minutes on this episode. We're getting longer episodes now. I think we have to call it on this one. So I'll let you do the
Oh, for
closing.
sure.
It's your turn for the closing.
Oh yeah. Are you ready for this?
Hell no.
So, thanks. So our next episode, if I am not mistaken, is on Road Rage. So, my question to all of you listening is, what is a story, or, maybe you've been a part of road rage, or what is I guess my question here is, how do you react on the road? Like, do you get road rage? Do you not get road rage? And then how do you handle that? And then again, if you are still here by now, then apparently you are strong enough to deal with your feelings. We thank you all for listening, of course. And we also want to give a huge shout out for M and K for joining us for this video. And with that, we come to a close on this episode. Bye.
Bye bye.